Madam Chair, I've laid out our plan to secure clean energy and clean air. Now let me turn to clean water. Firstly, I appreciate all who have given their comments on the water price revision over the past week and during the COS, and the many ministers who have responded. I would like to revisit our water story. To do this, let me begin with the tale of two countries, the Netherlands and Singapore. Both our countries face acute water problems. However, the Dutch have a different problem from us, that of too much water. They have plenty of water from rivers, and much of the country lies below sea level and is prone to flooding. The massive flood of 1953, in which thousands perished, is etched in their national memory. A few months ago, I visited the town of Zulkifli, the lowest point of Netherlands and in all of Europe. You can see the man standing there below the marker which says 7.8 meters below sea level. This marker shows that people in Zulkifli live 7.8 meters below sea level and actually are hardly aware of it. Even so, people all over Netherlands are always reminded that the rivers could overflow anytime, inundating their homes and destroying their livelihoods. Thus, to adapt, the Dutch have over time built a complex system of dikes, pumps, and water storage capabilities across the country. This was possible because each household contributed its share of water taxes, establishing the world's first and only water bank, which could finance large investments. In fact, this bank was instrumental in the recovery and aftermath of the 1953 floods. Today, the Dutch continue to pour over 400 million euros into flood protection each year. Climate change threatens catastrophes if they do not. This capability has turned into a great advantage. They have attracted water-intensive industries to invest, and the expertise is exported globally. Even Singapore is now learning how to construct a polder at Pulau Tekong with their help. You know that the Singapore story is the other extreme. We don't have enough water. But we have taken the same determined approach as the Dutch. We have strived relentlessly to secure reliable and good quality water supply through innovation, sound management, and a national awareness of our unique situation. Our strategy involves not just long-term planning, but also right pricing and water conservation measures. All these levers work in tandem. Let me touch on planning. Planning and investing in water resources ahead of time is in our DNA. This is even more critical in the face of looming challenges of climate change, to water security, and this applies around the world. We have only to look at Lingu Reservoir, which is about a third full now and can dry up if current abstraction continue and prolonged dry weather returns unpredicted. It's always worried us because a dry Lingu Reservoir will be disastrous for both Singapore and Johor in many ways. The Dutch will recall they did not pay heed to the 1928 and 1934 studies, which repeatedly warned that their dikes were inadequate. Even when high water in 1943 breached the dikes, only simple repairs were made because they were distracted even after World War II was over. The fact is, nobody felt like spending a vast amount of money on raising the dikes. After all, there were no floods for years. So when the storm surge of 1953 happened, water broke through the dikes and claimed 1,800 lives. For us, because we were adequately prepared in 2014, the prolonged dry weather in Singapore did not cost us dearly. But low rainfall continued to take a toll on Lingu in 2015 and 2016, bringing it to its lowest level of 20% in October 2016. For PUB, is always about ensuring resilience in our water supply so that disruptions do not occur to our business and no Singaporeans will die of thirst. How have we done this? Last year, PUB completed its latest review of the Water Master Plan, a strategic blueprint for our water till 2060. The plan provides for development of new water and desalination plants to meet up to 85% of our water needs by 2060, as well as new pipelines for drinking water and used water. We are making good progress on the plans. Singapore's 5th new water plant, located at Changi, officially opened in January this year. The 3rd desalination plant in Tuas will be completed this year, and the 4th and 5th desalination plants in Marina East and Jurong East are underway. Phase 2 of the Deep Tunnel Sewage System, DTSS, which includes the water reclamation plant and the new water factory at Tuas, is on track for completion by 2025. All these have now become critical so that we have a resilient water supply when the weather does not favor us. The Dutch have taken a leaf from the lesson of history and likewise plan ahead and build storm barriers, one of which is the largest moving structures on Earth, to defend against exceptional storm surges under new climate predictions. We also need to maintain and upgrade our existing water assets, as the Dutch have done with their dikes. As our infrastructure ages, PUB will accelerate renewal plans to minimize pipe leaks and supply interruptions. Our unaccounted for water losses, which include leaks from our supply network, are around 5%. This is among the lowest worldwide. In London, leakage is about 1/5 of water demand. We cannot afford that. It equates to losing all the water produced by 2 or 3 desalination plants. That brings me to water conservation, another key lever in our system, which Mr. Gunn spoke about. My ministry and PUB have a suite of measures in addition to right pricing to promote greater water savings for households and businesses. In 2016, households used 148 liters of water per capita per day, down significantly from a decade ago. We still have some way to go to reach our SSB target of 140 liters by 2030, not to mention trying to achieve even lower levels as seen in cities like Amsterdam and Copenhagen. If each of us can save 10 liters of water per day, that is almost half a desalination plant. Over the past weeks, I'm inspired by the many stories of people gone the extra mile to conserve water. Some save rinse water discharged from washing machine for toilet flushing, while others use the water from washing rice to water their plants. HDB residents now are used to having their corridors washed once in 4 weeks rather than in 2 weeks. This is the right spirit. We should do more together. To help with water-saving initiatives, PUB will introduce several new measures. As part of our plans to phase out less water-efficient products, PUB will raise the minimum standards to 2-tick rating for sales, supply, and installation of water fittings from April 2019. PUB will also extend labeling requirements to dishwashers from October 2018. PUB will also introduce 2 new water conservation programs for households. First, PUB will roll out a community project for lower-income households to replace the existing 9-liter water closets with more efficient ones. This can help them save up to 10% in their monthly water bills. Second, PUB will be installing smart shower devices for 10,000 new homes as a demonstration project. The smart shower device provides real-time information on water consumption during showers. An earlier small-scale study found that a person could save up to 5 liters a day using these devices. If the positive effects are validated in the demo project, PUB may roll out the devices to more households. As for businesses, we'll continue to work with them to optimize water use. For large users, PUB has since 2015 required the submission of water efficiency management plans, which help companies better understand to manage their water consumption. At a recent consultation, some companies, including SSMC, a wafer fabrication facility, said that they invest in water-saving measures as a matter of principle, Even though water forms only a small part of their costs, I'm heartened that for these companies, they are driven as much by water conservation DNA as company P&L. I hope many more businesses follow suit. Now let me turn to drainage. As engineer Dr. Lee Biwa pointed out, climate change will pose challenges to flood management as well. PUB will continue its island-wide program to rehabilitate and upgrade our drains to higher design standards. This year, we'll start work at another 27 locations. The Stamford detention tank will be ready this year, while the Stamford diversion canal and the Bukit Timah first diversion canal will be completed in 2018. These works, when ready, will enhance flood protection for the catchments. Our water bodies are critical assets, but we have made them accessible. Just over a decade ago, we launched the Active, Beautiful, Clean Waters, ABC Waters, to allow Singaporeans to own and enjoy our water resources. I'm pleased to share that 34 ABC water projects have been opened to the community to date. This year, we can expect the opening of 4 new ABC water projects across the island, including Pangsua Pond and Siglap Canal, which should be opened later this month. Another 4 projects at Sungai Tampines, Tampines Avenue 7 to TPE, Chestnut Drive Outlet Drain, Sungai Simpang Kanan, and Alexandra Subdrain A will commence construction this year. I hope this serves as a constant reminder of our precious assets. Madam Chair, I have touched on our approach to water to ensure that we do not have too little, and to help us manage when there is too much. Many of us are familiar with the Singapore water story. Perhaps there's a risk of over-familiarity, a certain jadedness from one too many social studies lesson. Just like water flowing from taps everywhere, it can become invisible, overlooked, undervalued. Just like the people in Zut Plus who are not aware that they live 7.8 meters below sea level. This month, we celebrate World Water Day to highlight the importance of water sustainability. It is timely reminder that even today, 663 million people around the world do not have access to clean water. It is in this context that we should relive and encounter afresh our water story, the story of what it takes for our people to remain free. Our water story is not concluded. It is not history. Instead, the water story is a living story and continues to be written by all Singaporeans today, whether in producing it or conserving it. Sometimes it is in the large things. In PUB, continuously investing for water supply and their unceasing effort to discover new technologies. Sometimes it's in the smaller things, like when we use a mug to brush our teeth, or when the coffee shop downstairs installs automated cup washing machines that use less water. These are all stories that make our water story.